pretty things.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gabriel Hernandez and I'm back again with another video. For today's video, as you guys can see by the title, I'm gonna be telling you guys a little story time on the time I got my industrial piercing. By the way, it's my personal experience, so yeah. But before we get started, I want to make sure you guys are staying safe out there. I know quarantine is almost over for some of y'all, or some of y'all may be out of quarantine already, but still be safe out there. Be safe. And if you guys haven't already, add me on all my social medias. They're gonna be somewhere on the screen. You'll also see them in my intro, so go add me. But I don't like long intros, so let's get started to the video. Okay, so this started off with me trying to go buy some shoes. If you haven't seen my birthday vlog from last year, you should probably go check that out, because that'll help you out. So in that video, it shows me trying to buy some shoes, but they didn't have them at that store. So what I had to do is order them to get shipped at that store from a different store, and they were gonna give me a call when they had the shoes already. So 2 weeks later, I get a call. It was the end of June already. I get a call from them saying they had my shoes. So I told my dad, I was like, they just called me, let's go pick them up. So I had gotten the shoes already, right? And we decided to go walk around the mall to see any new things, any new shoes or whatever. And we stopped by the piercing shop. I just started looking at the piercings, and then I told my dad that I wanted one, but I never told him which one. And I told him, I was like, look, I want this one, the industrial piercing. And he's like, you sure? And I was like, yeah. But by the way, if you guys don't know what the industrial piercing is, I'll put a picture up right here. And then I told him, I was like, I want this piercing. He's like, you sure? I was like, yeah. And he's like, alright, let's go see how much it costs, or what's the deal. And then we go in the shop. Oh, there was something right there. Alright, so we go in the shop and we talk it out, how much is it gonna be, this and that. And then since I'm underage, my dad had to sign some papers or whatever, so he did that. And then I wanted to pick, okay, so you know how they have different designs for the industrial piercing, either I think some have hearts in the middle or whatever. I don't know. I put some pictures of different industrial piercings. But they told me, since it was my first time getting a piercing and I still had to get used to it, they had to put the normal one on. And then after I got used to it, I was able to change it to whatever I wanted to. So I was like, alright, cool, I'll just get this one then. So she was getting everything ready to put it in and whatever. So I sat down and my nerves started kicking in. I started getting nervous and shit. And I was nervous but excited at the same time, you feel me? So before she put the needle in, she had told me before it goes in the first hole, breathe in, and then after you feel it go in the first hole, breathe out, and do the same thing for the second hole. I was like, alright. So I did get it on my left side. I do not have it on right now, and I'll tell you why. So I did that, and then it didn't really hurt. When the needles went in, it didn't hurt at all. The pain started hitting when I got home. So she explained everything. She explained how to clean it, and she told me to clean it with sea salt and hot water and with some Q-tips. I was like, alright, I got you. So when I get home, some friends were over, and then they're like, girl, where were you? And I was like, I want to go pick up some shoes, but I decided to get a piercing. They're like, oh, what piercing? And I showed it to them, and they're like, girl, your piercing's bleeding. And I was like, oh yeah, she said it was natural, at first it's gonna start bleeding and all. So I want to go clean it, and that's when I realized I did not have any sea salt at home. So I decided to just clean it with hot water, and I feel like that was a big mistake. I should have went to the store and got some sea salt. So I started cleaning it with just hot water and some Q-tips, and it kept bleeding constantly, and I don't know where it stopped bleeding for a bit. And then when night came, that's when I had like some trouble, because I had my hair up in a bun when I went to get the piercing. So I can't sleep with my hair up. Like, I don't know if you're like that. Comment down below if you are. But me personally, I can't sleep with my hair up. I used to though. I don't know what happened. I could only sleep with my hair down. And then that was the problem right there. If I slept with my hair down, my hair would get tangled to the piercing. So I had difficulty sleeping. I was only able to sleep on one side, since I did have my piercing on my left side. I was only able to like sleep on my right side, or sleep like straight. And that was hard. Like, I remember through the night I was trying to like turn, and I forgot that I had a piercing, so I had to turn back, and it was so uncomfortable. And I think it was a Saturday, so on Sunday, like the next day, I want to go clean it. And I did have like, okay, so like the front of my ear was like normal, kind of reddish from the piercing, but when at the back of my ear was turning purple. Like, I don't know if that's normal or not, but well, I didn't know if that was normal or not, but it was turning purple. And I was like, hold up, like, what the fuck is going on? So I had told my mom, I was like, look mom, like, I don't know if this is normal or not, but it's hurting, like it's giving me headaches. So she told me to take like a pill for my headache and shit. So I did that, and then I remember like I couldn't with the pain no more. Like, my ear was hurting like bad. So I was like, you know what mom, I think I'm gonna take it off. Like, I just wasted money on it. Like, I didn't even last one day with it, but I think I'm gonna take it off. Like, I got scared. I was getting scared. So I took it off, and I believe I still have the piercing. Let me go get it and I'm gonna show you. Well, this is the piercing. It's super plain. And honestly, I was so upset. Like, I wanted the piercing so bad, but like, it was hurting, and I wasn't gonna put up with the pain, you know, it was hurting. So I told him, I was like, I had gotten a piercing like 2 days ago, and it was not going good, so I decided to take it off yesterday. And then he was like, what piercing did you get? I was like, the industrial piercing. And then he was like, oh, I had both of my ears pierced. And I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. And I was like, what'd you do? Like, is it normal for it to turn purple? Like, he was like, yeah, it is normal. And then I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. He's like, you know, it takes up to 1 year to heal. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, like, that's normal. It takes up to 1 year to heal. 1 ear to heal up. And that constantly happens. Like, your ear is not used to the piercing being in there. So that happens. And then that's when I started realizing, like, I was like, did I really just take off the piercing? Like, I was getting mad. I was kind of mad. I was kind of mad and upset. But he told me, he's like, you should have told me, like, I have Seesaw at my house. Like, he had many piercings. So I was like, just thinking about it, like, damn, like, I really took it off. And then he had told me, he said when I had mine, my constantly kept bleeding, but like, I forgot what he said that had happened, but like, it ripped out his skin because he got it stuck with something. But I was mad, like, I was really mad. I really took off my piercing knowing that shit was normal, that shit was like supposed to happen. I was not putting up with it, like, for real. And then now I'm trying to get my other ear pierced. Yeah, I had my piercing on my left side like I told you guys, but now I want to get the piercing on my right side now that I know that it takes up to 1 year or more to heal up, and that was normal, and how to take care of it. He gave me some advice and all. So now I'm planning to get it on my right side, and if you guys are willing to see that when I go get my piercing and all, I'll vlog it for you guys, and how I take care of it now for real, because I know I kind of messed up on it and I wasn't being responsible enough to clean it with Seesaw. But yeah guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of short and like the story might be confusing, but I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications on. Oh, I just hit my thigh. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications on to get notified every single time I post. And yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Bye. Nice chain, red